Greetings everyone. If you've participated in or even heard or overheard conversations on corporate sustainability, you know that there is a swamp, an overdose of 3-letter and 4-letter acronyms in this domain. And the list only keeps growing and makes life tough for the corporates to stay on top of them all. To add to this, regulatory authorities have been coming out with requirements that mandate compliance by corporates. What was a couple of years back concerns around the much quoted alphabet soup of all the acronyms in the growing glossary has now transitioned into reporting fatigue thanks to the number of compliances and evolving standards. For a company having operations in Asia, Europe, and the US, depending on its business structure, it may have to comply with SEC regulations or state laws like the one in California in the US, CSRD, CSDDD, CBAM in the EU, BRSR in India, ISSB in Singapore or Japan, etc. Yes, that is a glimpse of the alphabet soup. While each regulatory authority labels them as sustainability or ESG reporting standards, there are nuances at play. While one takes a double materiality approach, other takes a financial materiality approach. While one calls for reasonable assurance, other calls for limited assurance. While one demands scope 3 emissions and supply chain disclosures, others are lax. One can only imagine the plight of the sustainability team in such a company. Another example. For a relatively small and growing manufacturing company in India with sales in India and EU, the reporting demands that come its way are of a different nature. Their EU customers demand quarterly CBAM reporting. Their Indian listed customers would want BRSR core reporting. Their investors want them to undergo ESG rating exercises. Typically, these companies do not have a dedicated sustainability team to manage these new requirements. While there are efforts to consolidate some of the voluntary standards and evolve a global baseline through the ISSB, there is still a parallel universe with GRI and region-specific regulations that have been announced in the last couple of years. It is highly impractical to have one standard that meets the needs of all the company stakeholders. For now, empathy it is. See you soon with the next bite.